Hello, and welcome to another episode of Music Musings. As always, I'm your host, Derek. With me is Pat. Hello, Pat.
Hey, how's everyone? How are you guys doing today? How are you doing, Derek?
You know, everybody texted me. They said they were doing well. They don't appreciate the amount of snow we're having, but we're doing all right.
Yeah, it's turning into ice right now. No.
It's ice. It's disgusting ice. It's like now the black
Slush.
garbage snow.
Yeah. Don't step in a puddle and then it gets in your boot or, oh gosh.
Just don't go outside. Just
don't go outside. Say it. Not yet.
So that's what we're dealing with.
Yeah.
Glad to be here. Glad to be recording another episode. Today's a fun topic. We're talking about the Grammys. Which, to be quite honest, I'm not really into the Grammys.
Really?
Yeah, not really a Grammy watcher. I'll read about it the following day, but I don't really watch it anymore.
Yeah, I think people are less tuned in post to the past, and I think the only times I'd ever watch the Grammys is mainly for performances. If I ever watch it, like if anyone's gonna perform, I'd watch it for that. But in terms of hearing the awards, no. So I can understand that. I just like performances. That's really all I care about.
Yeah, that's true. And I was actually, while I was reading these notes today, I was watching a clip on YouTube from older Grammys. They used to have it in stadiums, or not stadiums, but big theaters that would hold, a few thousand people.
Shoot.
And now it's gone down to a couple hundred, I think.
Right. Has it become more exclusive? Is that what do you think?
I think that's why. I don't think it's because, it's any less popular. I mean, maybe it is, but I think it's just because exclusivity. I think it's just the stars now. I don't think people the plebes are allowed in at all.
The average peasants.
Right. We're not allowed to step foot in the holy ground.
Yeah, I was just about to say the same thing. I get it. Trust me. I think that you're right. I think it's became more of who's in with the cool crowd and exclusivity. Now I can't speak. And I think that's becoming more of the norm versus a collaborative, open experience for everyone, listeners and everyone in the industry and things like that. But I think you're right. It has become more of a niche community, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. We read about it the next day. It's fine.
Exactly. You just pay attention to social media or some news article who lets you know who won each category. And I get what you're saying. I mean, unless it's an album or an artist or a band that I'm that is nominated and their album is getting, mentioned, then I'll probably pay attention the next day. But for the most part, I think I listen just mainly for the performances. Sometimes they upload them back on YouTube or social media. So that would be the main thing I would like to watch because obviously they're going to be on on stage for the who's of who's to view and judge. So I understand that very much.
Yeah. So let's jump into talk about, has there been anything you've been listening to this week? Anything in your music rotations?
Yes. So everyone, I know Harry Styles is, but there is apparently a new album coming out. It's very supposed to have pop and disco, but the single Aperture, if I'm pronouncing that right, that's been on my rotation lately, and combined with the Bruno Mars "I Might" song. Is that the name of the? Yes. It's the single. Yeah, and that one, my infectious. Me disco, pop. That you combine both, you got me right there. And so that's been mostly in my rotation. I'm very excited to hear the albums that they're going to release soon. Later, I think Kiss All the Time Disco. I think that our Harry Styles album, I think that's next month.
Okay.
I think so. And the Bruno Mars album, That one's coming out the end of February. But I will find out about the exact date for the Harry Styles one. But I know it's next month. But yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, that sounds pretty exciting.
Yeah. How about you? What's in your rotation?
Just a lot of the same. To be quite frank, I heard the new Bruno Mars single. I liked it. I liked it a lot. So I am excited for that album, for it to come out.
Yeah.
But other than that, I've actually, because of that song, I think I started to listen back to Silk Sonic.
Yes, me too.
An Evening with Silk Sonic. It's a great album.
I think I like, no offense, I know that album came out in 2022 or is that I actually re-listened to it the other day, and oh my goodness, I forgot was the song Smoking Out the Window. That is it's been hitting me on the replay button. Like Spotify let me know that's in my on repeat, and it's just such a great song.
It's a great song. Yeah. So I've been listening to that, and then I've been listening to the 1975 At Their Very Best live from Madison Square Garden. It's probably one of my favorite live sounding albums. Yeah. It's a fun album to listen to live.
Yeah. It's such a great album. I think I got to sit there and listen to the live performance. I've heard from people like you that said that it was such a magnetic performance. And I actually like, their music. So I want to listen to that performance and see if everyone is, speaking the truth about it. Because it's high, it's holding up. Everyone's putting on a high pedestal, so I'm excited.
Yeah, definitely listen to it. And then Teddy Swims, who I've recently gotten into, but he has a couple of big singles that came out, I think last year or 2023. The Door, Lose Control. Couple of other big singles, but he's just got a very unique voice. It's very soulful. And just his storytelling in the songs that he writes is pretty incredible. So if you haven't heard Teddy Swims, go check him out.
Please, definitely. I'm next on the list. I'm going to be definitely checking that out. You said soul and you got good taste in music. I'm good. That's all I need.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's wrap up the episode. We're done there.
Yeah, we're done. We're done. All right.
So let's jump to the first segment. You want to take us through it?
Yeah, sure. All right. So as we said, we're talking about the Grammys, and everyone's asking. I mean, well, maybe not everyone, but everyone that I know, I ask, why is it important? I don't want to speak for everyone, but when we talk about the Grammys, whether you like them, whether you dislike them, or you're in the middle, they still are a part of music culture, and they still shape the direction it goes in. Now, they are run by the Recording Academy, and their way they judge is on artistic and technical excellence. Now, I don't know how much of that, which we'll talk about later, how much of that is true, because I feel like and this is where I think you and I might be on the same page. I feel like it's more popularity contest now than it used to be about artistry, but that's probably how I feel. Yeah. And everyone else might have a different perspective on it. But go on.
No, I think I agree with you there. I think it's become very much so. Yeah, just popularity. Who's the biggest name in the industry, and they should win an award, not exclusively for their talent or technical ability in some aspect, but rather just because they're extremely popular.
Right.
Which, not to say that shouldn't be factored in. I think it should be. But I think it's more of that. If you have a lot of popularity, but you're maybe not necessarily as technically talented or, doing anything that's kind of pushing the industry, they don't really care about that. It's more of just how popular are you?
Right.
How much of that money are you bringing in?
Yeah, exactly. And So when we talk about artistry and popularity, so when we talk about artistry, we talk, as you just said, musicianship, songwriting, production, quality, innovation. And then when we talk about popularity, we're talking about like streams, virality, fan impact, influence, and relevance, right? So normally I think in the past, I think we probably leaned more artistry, but popularity plays a factor. But I think now it's shifted where now it's more popularity with like artistry there to some degree. Mm-hmm. And I maybe that's just my perspective. I do see that there are times where like artistry still like it's so overwhelming, and it's also like enough to like, if they may not be as popular, but they're like their impact on the culture is so undeniable. I think that is like you'll have those in the past time, recent memory. You'll have certain winners that I think because they weren't as popular, but because of just such a great album or a great year or whatever the case may be, they may have outshined the past of like, oh, who's who and who's the hottest at the moment. And I think I love seeing those little victories personally.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think to see that come out and to see those artists kind of break that, what do you want to call it, barrier, right?
Right.
Of, I may be a little bit popular. I'm not the most popular, but because of my artistic ability is so huge, like I just need to get recognized. Like it's just, you can't not have me win. Like, and I think of artists like, I mean, I don't know if this is a great example, but I think maybe when she first won it, like Adele.
Okay.
Because, I mean, she wasn't huge when she, I think she first won, but, and there were definitely artists that were bigger, but her artistic ability and just talent, just, like, how can you deny that?
Yeah, exactly. Like,
you can't.
Yeah, and as I've said before in the past, it's I hold her in such a high pedestal. And it's like I love her music so much. Like right now, thinking about it, I get the exact same feelings of like, Set Fire to the Rain and like other tracks. It's just, it's such you can't like deny. And speaking of Adele, her and Beyonce are tied for 6 wins in a single night of Grammys.
In a single night.
In a single night.
That's insane.
Yeah. But then again, that's Beyonce and Adele. Like I can't think of any other titans, if that would probably be the proper term, where they're just the all around like perfect artist, if that makes sense. I think Beyonce is, I think, a little bit more versatile than Adele, but they're both just titans in their own range.
And I think Beyonce has had the most wins, right? Like,
yes,
overall, like 32. Yeah. 32.
Sorry, that I for the Beehive. Oh man, I don't want to smoke with them.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's amazing.
32 wins. Wow.
Like in history, but then again, it's like, man, it's Beyonce. Like even I'm like maybe not the like. I don't listen to every single song or album she creates, but I know if she's on it, I'm like, oh, there's quality there. There's no denying. Like in her performance, in song structure, singing, and just like overall like package, she does a very great job with like records and albums. And I don't know, like she's just, I think in my opinion, she's just improved with time. Like, I've never seen like a drop off in quality.
And I think she is just a great example of someone who really knows the industry, because not only is she incredibly talented, versatile, she can sing, she can dance, she can produce, she can write, but she just knows the industry, and she knows like what will it take to, really entertain people and really make a great show. Like she's just great at doing that. And that's a skill in itself. And I think she, as you said, I think she's like the whole package.
Right. Exactly. And and last thing, I don't want to, give too much of seem like we're praising Beyonce, but also I judge myself that I have not listened to Cowboy Carter, but everyone has told me it's fantastic. It's also won 11 nominations in 2025. Is that correct? I think so.
Yeah.
2024. Yes.
Yeah.
24? Yeah. And I will granted, I love that because that wasn't a lane she normally does, but she, like you just said, she figured it out. And how many years is she into her career and she's still putting out extreme, excellent quality in music and albums and ideas and themes. After a period of time, and we talked about this, after a period of time, longevity, there's going to be hiccups, but I don't think I've heard in recent memory of anything she missed. And maybe that's just, maybe I'm biased. I don't know. Jeez.
And it's, and I, cause Beyonce, Jay-Z, I wanted to see, where's Jay-Z at? How's he doing? He's not bad. He's not bad.
Yeah.
He's won 25 Grammys in his career.
Oof.
So he's the most awarded rapper in Grammy history.
I can see that.
But he's been nominated 83 times, which is interesting because Beyonce has been nominated 99 times. Just saying. And she won 32 of those.
That's, I'm sorry. And you know what? As much as I do enjoy Jay-Z's music, I have to agree. Beyonce has to, in just the complete package, not saying that Jay-Z isn't very well also in terms of producing, songwriting, technical skills and artistry. But I think Beyonce just has I don't know. I don't think she misses. I don't know. She's like Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. Right. You want him on your team. As much as I am a Giants fan growing up, I didn't really like Brady, but you can't deny greatness.
You can't deny.
And I think, same thing with Beyonce. You can't deny it. Can't deny it.
That's incredible. That's insane.
It is. Yeah, it is wonderful.
Let's talk about some other facts about the Grammys here because I kind of like this. So the youngest winner, Leanne Rimes, 14 years old. It's crazy. 14. What was I doing when I was 14? 14, I was
can't even
in ninth grade. So
yeah, I wasn't. No, 14-year-old me.
I was doing nothing.
That's the same here.
I wasn't winning Grammys, so that's for sure.
No. I was probably doing book reports, and that's it. Algebra. Right. My mind was overwhelmed by that.
Why are there letters in math now?
Yeah. What? Oh my goodness. But yeah, I know exactly. When we talk, so that's commendable at the age of 14. That's a prodigy. That has to be a prodigy.
Yeah, I guess, right, in some regard.
Yeah, that has to be, to do that at such a young age. I don't know. That's commendable.
Yeah. Good for her. Shout out to Leanne Rimes.
Yeah. Yeah, shout out. Doing better than most 14-year-olds, I'll tell you that.
What else we got here? We got oldest winner, Pine Top Perkins, 97 years old.
97
years old.
How do you, at that age, I'm not to be, disrespectful. I don't think I want to do anything.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm still here at that age.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to be just sitting somewhere and.
Yeah. Feet up, nothing.
Looking
nothing.
At time pass or I don't know.
Yeah, looking at the sun. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, on a rocking chair.
Right.
That's me. That's how I envision 97-year-old me. It's rocking chair.
With my wife, of course. So
Of course. Yeah.
But he was a blues pianist, a big blues player. I don't really know too much.
Neither.
I think he started as a guitarist, but then switched over to piano, which is interesting because I think it's the other way around. Usually, like people start out playing piano and they switch over to guitar.
Yeah.
But yeah, he played with Muddy Waters. So a few of the big names like blues. But yeah, I mean, to win an award at 97, that's wild.
That's love for the game. Yeah.
And I think he won. So in 2011, he won. That's when he was 97 for best traditional blues album. When he was 97, so that's 2011.
That's impressive.
And then he also received the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award and was inducted into the Blues Hall of Fame. So, he did quite a lot.
Yeah.
So that's insane.
Yeah. Shout out to Mr. Perkins.
Shout out. Just shout out.
Exactly. Oh, man.
All right. We got any other interesting ones here? I think we talked about Beyonce and Adele. Billie Eilish. Your favorite.
Oof.
Your favorite.
Yes. I think she won 4 categories at 18. Yeah, I have a lot of respect for Miss Eilish. That is very amazing. And I think I'm excited to see where her career goes. I think there's a rawness or a realness to her music where I feel like, for me, like, it's not in the same caliber, and this is not disrespectful, it's not in the same caliber as Adele in terms of the emotions come out, but I do feel emotional to some degree listening to her music. So that's, and I think it's because there's like her emotions and you feel it. It's not forced. It's not something that someone wrote and she, was like, okay, I'll sing it, I guess. No, like that came from like a real place. So I think that's why that's why I think she's a force to be reckoned with in the future, I think. But yeah.
No, and I mean, because not many artists have swept or got the big 4 categories, right?
Yeah.
It's only been like 2, her and somebody else. I think.
Yes. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's her and we're very prepared people when we do this. We're so prepared.
Is it
Christopher Cross?
Yeah,
1981.
yeah. Whew.
And then Billie Eilish, 2020. That's wow. Okay, good for her.
Yeah, for real.
18 years old.
And yet again, 18 me was just trying to figure out the world.
Yeah, 18. I don't know. I was. I don't know. I don't know what I was doing.
Yeah, I know. I think most of us don't. And I think some of us still don't. That's okay. That's okay.
It's fine.
Yeah. So, I wanted to look at some of the album of the years winners from 2000 to current day. And so here's a band I actually know very well. Satana by I'm sorry, Supernatural by Satana.
Oh yeah.
That I'll have to give credit to my father, put me onto that. And I used to listen to that music, and to me I associate that with nostalgia and like childhood.
Yeah.
And there's still times I still listen to some of their music, and it's such to me it takes me to like a nostalgic place of
Is
just
that
like
the album because similar to what you're saying, like I remember I'm pretty sure it was this album, putting that in my Discman and just bopping out to it in like 8th grade or whatever. Was that the album with Rob Thomas?
Yes. I know what you're talking about. It was like a single. Crap. I know what you're talking about. Hold on a
Smooth.
second.
Smooth.
Yes.
Rob Thomas and Santana.
Yeah. Oh gosh, that one, and that was like, was it "Love of My Life" also with Dave Matthews?
Yes, and was "Love of My Life." Hold on, where? Seeing like different tracks here.
Yeah, that one was such a. I know what you're talking about. That was so good, like really, really good.
Well, here, yeah. So, wow, yeah, this album was actually insane. It had a lot of songs. It was a big album. Yes, you got Rob Thomas, Smooth. You also had Lauryn Hill.
Yep, I was waiting for you to bring that up.
Do You Like the Way? I remember that song. Yeah, Dave Matthews and Carter Buford, who played drums for Dave Matthews. It's like an insane drummer. Like the guy was out of his mind. I think, Dave Matthews Band, I'm just going to say this. And
go for it.
I know there's a Dave Matthews following out there. But Dave Matthews, I think he was an incredible writer. But his band was so talented, like was ridiculous. Like these super players. And nothing against Dave Matthews himself. There's just a very distinct difference in ability from Dave Matthews himself and the rest of the band. But you know what? It worked. And it worked. It worked really well. So that's not really
visionary.
Yeah. Very talented, visionary and writer. And you know what? He picked great musicians to play with him. So shout out to him. Or maybe they picked him. I'm not really sure how that worked, but
yeah. But hey, they somehow managed to create great music, and I commend them for it. So, but that's cool that that Santana had there was a lot of artists on there that I was like surprised by, but so moving along. So 2000 was Supernatural by Santana. 2001 was Two Against Nature, Steely Dan. I only know one song by Steely Dan, so I can't really say I'm a fan.
Yeah, I don't really know much about Steely Dan, so.
I think there's only one song, and the only reason why I know that song is because I watched a movie that was directed by George Clooney, and that was the outro, and I was like, oh, I like that. And it was like Steely Dan. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I just added to my rotation, and that's all I know. Yeah. But I know of the band, only by one song. But nonetheless, they're good. But and so moving along in 2002, this was interesting. Oh brother, where art thou? The soundtrack to the movie. Yet again, George Clooney.
Maybe George knows how to write music.
I don't know. Maybe behind the scenes we don't know that he's actually a composer. We don't know.
A world-class composer, George Clooney. Secretly just behind the scenes, just puppeting everyone. George Clooney.
I'm sorry. Oh man. Oh shoot.
What else we got here? Oh, okay. 2004 Speaker Box and The Love Below.
Now,
do you remember how ridiculous that was? That whole, because that was like a theme album, or a concept album, right? It's like
correct.
You got Speaker Box and The Love Below. But it was a lot of fun. That was a cool album.
I have such a deep love for Outkast, especially Andre 3000. No offense to Big Boy, I do like his music too, but Andre 3000, I don't know, is like his artistry, whatever if you want to call it that, is such a force of nature. Like, if I had to associate his artistry with anything, it's like the wind. It goes in any direction it wants, but you can't deny that was the right direction. Like, whether it's the singing, whether it's the rapping, whether it's the whole concept of a single or the hook or chorus, there's songs that I don't know what it is from day one when I started listening to him to even today. I can't deny that his music and rapping and singing is so infectious, and it's like it demands your attention. Like, you can't deny it. Like, and I love that about him. That's so, like, why I'm like I'm geeked out over Outkast. So I love to hear that they got not, recognized.
Very talented. Very talented.
Very much. Very much.
And then 2005 and 2006, pretty interesting here. We have How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb, and it won both years.
I do not understand that.
How is that possible?
Now, U2 has... I know. See, exactly. I saw that coming. I saw that coming.
I'm sorry. I just don't like U2 at all.
You know, the funny thing is, maybe I'm in the weird... Because U2 is like... U2 and Coldplay, people have like a love and hate. Like, it's either you love them or you hate them. There's no in between. And I never understood that, but I get it. So, if Derek, would you mind explaining how you feel about U2?
Okay, so listen, they're not for me. I don't know who they're for, but they're just not for me. They have this. It's just something. Their sound to me is just over processed and like overly commercial. Like it's just so. It's just so fake and like, get out of here. Like, I don't want to listen to it. I really don't. It just bothers me. And something about Bono, like he just thinks he just thinks he's like the man, and it's like you're not. Like, just stop it. Your name's Bono. Like, get out of here. Don't they all have like their stage names are like one word things?
I believe so. Right? Yeah. I believe so. Yeah.
And do you remember? I don't know if you had this in 2014 when the iPhone 6 came out. They forced you. Yeah, forced you. You had to. It automatically downloaded the U2 album that was coming out, "Songs of Innocence." Like, it downloaded automatically. And at first, you couldn't delete it. It was like stuck on your iPhone.
What?
And then eventually they like, okay, you can delete, because people didn't want it, because nobody wants this. Nobody wants it. Who wants this?
You know the crazy thing is, I had an Android at the time. I was introduced. I got into iPhone. I never expected you to say that. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. It's just the funny thing is, I got an Apple. I got my introduced to iPhone was iPhone 7 Plus. There we go. So I missed it just this much. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Look, that's my piece about U2. I don't want to talk about them ever again.
Yeah. I figured. Don't bring it up. I feel like we're gonna move on.
Somehow they won the Grammys twice. Good for them. Great.
Yeah. I was. We'll segue into the next one. I feel bad that I didn't mean to trigger you. Oh man. Okay.
Anyway, let's pick out another one here. What else we got? Okay. Oh, here's your girl. Our girl, actually. Our girl. Both like
That's
her.
our girl. I guess we could all agree.
Adele, 21 in 2012. It's a great album.
Yeah, that was around the time it was like 2010 or 2011. I was kind of introduced to her music, and I think it was my brother. I think it was my brother Chris who told me about Adele, and then I was just listening to it. I was just like, what is this? This is like music for my ears and my mind and my heart, like all at once. And I wasn't prepared. I was like 20, 21, 20 at the time. And I heard it and I was just like, what am I listening to right now? And I'm like, I don't, it's not that I don't want to listen to it. It's a lot. So I'm just happy that 19 was the one before this album. Is that correct?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I think that was what I was introduced to her. But I'm happy to hear that she was recognized. I think she also did the theme song for Skyfall, the James Bond movie. That was good. Oh God! All right, let me stop. I'm sorry, guys. I don't mean to be gloating over Adele like this.
But then we also have. So we're gonna go a little forward here. 2014. Okay. One of my favorite albums, Random Access Memory by Daft Punk.
House wins again.
No, but that album.
Yeah,
I can listen to it any time of the day.
Yeah,
at any day.
Yeah, I think there is. I don't think they can miss. I don't think they can miss, in my opinion. Like, I can't tell you how much. Like listening to One More Time. What was that song they collaborated with Pharrell on? It was. I have the melody. I hear that guitar in my head, but crap. But it's all right, guys. I apologize. I hear that guitar as it starts.
Get Lucky.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you. Like that is like house, and I'm so happy to hear that they have transcended like that barrier that people think like, oh, electronic music isn't music or whatever the case may be, or it's just like, oh, it's something only be played in clubs. And I'm like, no, that's like a universal sound. And I love that for them. That Daft Punk was like, no. This is for everyone.
It's like, you are incorrect. And we're going to show you.
And we're going to show you with class.
With real class.
With real class. There we go.
Yeah, it's I have it on vinyl and it's a treat when I put that on.
Yeah. So I like it, when I hear that, and I think you played it for me, and that it is so crisp. It is I'm a little jealous of you.
It's all right. I'll get you to buy a system one day.
Wow, that'd be lovely. So if anything, you can help me. That'll be fantastic.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
Let's move on. Okay, I see. We got the next lady here. We got is Miss T Swift.
Oof.
1989.
Okay.
Wow, I can't believe this came out that long ago now. 2016. I thought this was like 2 years ago this album came out, but I guess not. Which, to be quite honest, I didn't really listen much to that album. So I don't really know. I don't know much about what was on it.
I thought you were the expert.
She won that year.
Yeah. I feel bad that I don't listen to her music. Don't come after me, Swifties. Still don't. But I will, like I said before, I do not deny artistry or excellence or, just like, you just can't deny that someone has something to say and they have a passion. She has it. Obviously we can all go in different directions how we view this, but I think I think you have to at least respect that she deserves the accolades that she has to some degree. You can't, like, I think universally everyone across the board has to acknowledge, yes, she's talented. Can she be, a bit much? Sure. But artistry wise, I think she has, I think she has something that music in general needs, like the culture of music, pop or whatever you want to call it. I think she's just such an undeniable force.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, the year after that, 2017, back to Adele, which is great. 25, another great album by her, of course. And then our boy, my boy,
Oh boy,
Do
go for it.
You partake in? I think you do. 24 Karat Magic, Bruno Mars. Oh, we were just talking about him. Of course you do. Before we were recording, we were talking about Bruno Mars.
Yes, and but Bruno Mars has a very good voice, and it's ironic because I also loved Anderson .Paak, and I was listening to him for years. So I always liked Bruno Mars. I've always enjoyed his music. Yes, the song was it Grenade? I'd fall in a grenade for you. I think that I might pronounce it. I might be.
I don't know if that was. I don't think that song was on this album. I think that was an earlier one.
No, I'm talking about like that's how I got introduced to Mars.
Yes.
Yeah. That was my introduction to this guy. I was like, oh, this guy got a little bit of a soul to him.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. So, and then, but over the years, I don't think I can think of one Bruno Mars song I don't like. That's how much of a biased I am when it comes to Mr. Mars.
He's got the voice. I mean, when he was a kid, he was impersonated Elvis. That was his whole thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. That probably explains
singing at a young age. I mean, he was like 6 or 7, I think, when he was doing that. So it was kind of crazy.
Okay.
But yeah, he's very talented. Also, his brother is extremely talented. His brother is the drummer in the band. So also very talented. And I just, I hope, the supergroup Silk Sonic comes out with another album. That'd be fantastic.
Please, one more. We could do one more. They could never. Oh, please, just give me one more. Just give me one more, and then I will be quiet.
It's such a fun album. And group. So
it is a groovy album. I've always loved them individually as artists, but then when I heard they were collaborating, I was like, no way. And then I heard it and I was just like, I feel like this was made for me. I feel like it was made directly for me. It combines everything I would want out of music. You're talking about soul. You're talking about singing. There's elements of rap. There's the production is wonderful. It's just, it's also almost like
their live performance was ridiculous.
I've
never been to I've seen them live on YouTube or whatever, and incredible. Like they know how to put on a show.
Woof. Okay. All right. I got some homework.
Yeah, you got to go on YouTube immediately.
Yeah. I will after this podcast. I will report back on the next episode. This is I'm going to put this on the main TV and I'm just going to sit there and I'm just going to I want to hear everything. I want to hear if they play Smoking Out the Window, I am going to sing it. I don't really do karaoke, but I will do that. I promise you, if there's ever a mic and someone says you got to do Anderson .Paak's side, I will do it.
Yeah.
I can do it. I could try.
So, it's incredible. You need to see that. So let's keep going. We got, so that was 24 Karat Magic was 2018. Let's jump ahead a little bit to, we're going to go back. Oh, we got Billie Eilish, 2020. When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? So she's on there. First time, or I think the first time she was on. Yeah, first time she's on there.
18. Yep.
Incredible. Super talented. So that's 2020. And then we jump. Ooh. Okay. So now we start to get, now we're seeing some repeaters. Here we go.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go fast through these because it repeats. So we got 2021. You got T Swift again for Folklore. And this artist I really like, super talented. 2022, John Baptiste for We Are. Very talented music mind, piano, multi-instrumental player, incredible singer. So if you haven't heard of him, go listen to him.
I think I haven't heard that before, but if it comes from you and it's held in a high regard, say no more. Say no more to me. That's it.
There you go. And then we got 2023, your boy Harry's House, Harry Styles.
Yep.
There it
got
is.
at least two or three of those songs still in my rotation as we speak.
There we go. And then 2024, going right back to T Swift. for Midnights. So,
she just all right.
She knows what to do. She knows how to win.
Yeah, I think she. Okay, so here's and this before we switch to the next segment. Do you think she I don't want to, badmouth, Swiftie, but if I don't want that smoke. I don't want that smoke. But do you think her career now leans artistry or more for staying like popular?
I think she is leaning, I guess, towards artistry because, and I don't think she's artistry in the sense that I think she's being true in some sense, more true to who she is, because I don't think she has to worry so much about popularity. She has her fan base. She has the devoted fans that are never really going to leave her. Eventually it's going to die down for her. That just happens. Where she's not relevant anymore. But she's made boatloads of cash. Like, she doesn't have to worry about trying to make money anymore. So I think in some regard, I think she's trying to be a little bit more true to who maybe she is as a singer-songwriter.
Right.
So yeah, and she's matured. She's older now, so I'm sure she's matured in some way, and her songs are not always going to be about like whatever, the breakup with the boy across the street or something.
Right.
She's married to an NFL. Are they married? Is that happening?
I think they're engaged.
They are.
Travis Kelce.
Engaged. Yeah.
I think they're engaged.
I don't really stay on top of it as much as I need to.
No, not as unless someone tells me. I'm not really checking personally, but I think they're engaged. I don't think it happened yet, but I understand. I see what you're saying. Like, she's at that point of her career now where she can just like, I'm gonna win because I have a fan base. Right. No. Like,
no,
she has
true.
like her.
It's true.
Yeah, I get it now. She sees like, okay, I have my fan base. I have the net worth. I think all that means now is like, how can I excel my craft? I think that's where she's like, okay, I don't need to chase this. I can just chase, and be in competition with myself. And I think I think that's great because that means the fans and the average consumer or listener wins.
Yeah, hopefully.
I get
we'll
that.
See.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, I get that.
So we'll see. I mean, that's our list, and we'll see what happens. I guess this year, right?
Yeah, I think so. Towards the year. Yeah.
Interested to see who wins. I'm probably not going to watch it. I'll read about it next day, and we'll see who wins.
Yeah, like I said, I will try to go watch the performances when they get uploaded to YouTube or something. But other than that, that's really kind of where I stand. Unless someone like has like a stellar performance, then I'll check it out for myself. But for the most part, I'm in the same boat. I don't really watch things live like that anymore.
Wait.
Uh-oh. Wait,
this is hilarious.
Uh-oh. You got that devious smile.
Do you know when the Grammys are?
November, like fall. Remember? No. Uh-oh.
So for folks at home who are listening to this, we are recording this episode Saturday, January 31st. The Grammys are happening Sunday, February 1st.
Woo! Tomorrow. I have failed. Oh my goodness. So, oh my goodness. So, are we going to do a part 2 to this episode?
Yeah, we're going to have a part 2 of this where
oh man.
We might have to watch tomorrow a little bit.
You know what? Let's do it. Come on, like
I love how you created this episode and we have no idea when the date is, and then I'm just finding out it's tomorrow.
I could have sworn it was like fall, November of last year, but what am I thinking then? Oh my goodness, I feel so embarrassed.
Right? Today's it's tomorrow.
Yeah, it's tomorrow. No, oh my God. I always thought it was fall time. Oh my goodness. That's embarrassing.
It's fine. You know what? We're going to do a part 2. We're going to watch it tomorrow.
I think that's a great idea. I'm game. Let's do it. We're gonna criticize. We're gonna judge. We're gonna come up with our own who should have won. I'm just kidding.
Oh man, no, that's hilarious.
That's fantastic.
All right, well, let's go on to the next segment here. What do we?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is an interesting one. So, does Grammy wins? Does it define culture and artistry? So, like, does an artist band need the Grammy for validity and success? And does in that same reference, I guess, does it having Grammy awards and nomination define the culture of music? So that's an interesting question, thought there.
Yeah. I mind if I take the lead on this one? Actually,
go ahead.
So when we talked about Jay-Z, for example, and anyone who knows me, my favorite, as I mentioned millions of times, my favorite rapper is Nas. I'm literally wearing a shirt, Nas shirt. And in terms of like the culture from his first album, Illmatic in 91, and he has put out several classics in his catalog. He may have not won or nominated as much for albums in the sense of Jay-Z, but I think everyone puts him in such a high regard and such respect. Even if he doesn't have the accolades, he's still very much a phenomenon in the sense of like artistry, penmanship, everything you can judge a rapper on or an artist on. He's there. So I think you're right. I think the conversation is, I think he did recently win a Grammy for an album 2-3 years ago. But I think it was King's Disease. I'm not sure which one. But I don't think you need it to validate your impact in music. But I think it is a milestone to be recognized by your peers. So I get it. So I see both sides to some degree. But how do you feel? How do you feel about that?
I see your point. I think that I think it depends on the artist. Because I don't think every band or artist, I guess, thinks they need to have a Grammy. But it's hard because I think it is an achievement, right? It's an achievement in a way of you're getting recognized by your industry, not so much the people, but your industry for your work. And some people don't win for many years. So it's a big achievement when you finally win one. Right. But I think there's some bands and artists out there who I don't think they care. They don't need it. Like they don't need the validation. It's their own work that they do kind of says it all. Right. So again, I think it depends on the artists. Of course, it's a very personal thing. If they want that validation, that's great. But I think some artists, they don't need it and they just they love what they do regardless of what award that they win. You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying. I agree.
So it's interesting. I think it can be a very personal, thought or achievement you want to have.
Right. Agreed.
So, and it's interesting. We put here some artists and bands that have never won a Grammy because a lot of these bands I think should have. Frankly.
Yeah.
So you want to start or?
Sure. So like, I was actually surprised when I looked at this that like ABBA, the Beach Boys, Queen, like bands like that, I'm actually shocked because I hold them in such high regard. Like Like I may not be as a huge fan, but I know that when I listen to their music, I expect quality. I know quality is just right there. So it's kind of like shocking, especially Queen for me, like that they never won a Grammy. Like, but they're so like, you cannot deny their impact in music. Another person that like Jimi Hendrix, Bob Marley, like I'm shocked by that. Like they've never won a Grammy. And then there's like certain like artists and like single artists, like you know, you got Blake Shelton, One Direction. That, I'm not gonna lie, was it 2010s? One Direction was like everywhere. Am I thinking that wrong?
No, you're right. They were all over the place.
I wasn't a fan personally, but I figured, you know, they had a lane.
Like, I mean, the Backstreet Boys.
Yeah.
In Sync.
Yeah.
They were huge. Like early 2000s.
Yeah. They dominated for certain.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think there's a certain, and I've heard this from artists. Not that I talk to artists, but I've read that artists have said that, you know, the Academy is very biased in who they pick, right? So I think there's a lot of bias. There's a lot of, you know, they're going to pick who they want to pick for certain reasons, and it may not be reasons everybody agrees with, kind of thing happening there. So I think that's a whole thing we could probably make into an episode of just how do they even pick artists and how does that even happen? Because I'm sure it may not be the best way.
Right. Yeah. So definitely. Yeah. Go on.
No. I mean, it's just interesting. I don't think the way that they pick sometimes may not always be make sense. Really.
Yeah. I always wondered what was their metric too, because it seems like, one time they're like, yes, I thought they chose exactly right. Whether I liked the artist or not, I was like, yeah, they had a phenomenal run that year or whatever the case may be, or that album, or, you know, whatever the category they won. And then there's times I'm like, how did they over everyone else on the list? Like, so it is confusing because it doesn't seem like it's a stable metric.
No.
So I think that's why like there's so much controversy surrounding it to some degree, where bands and artists have, you know, spoken up against, you know, the Grammys in terms of like they felt snubbed or they felt whatever. And I do agree. There are times where I'm like, over like there'll be like 5 people that they're judging, and out of those 4 is like fantastic. And then it's like the one person I'm like, I don't know if they should be in the category. And then they win. And it's like over all the other 4 fantastic artists, bands, albums, songs. It is a very, that's why there's so much controversy surrounding it. I agree with you.
And I mean, there's been, like you said, a few artists that have spoken out against the Grammys. You got Eminem, hates it, thinks it's fake, politically motivated. And, I don't think he's entirely wrong. I think there are certain factors there. He hasn't attended since.
No, he's been outspoken about that very much.
Yeah. And he said, like, again, he thinks they favor, you know, the narrative or what's popular over merit, which again, like he thinks, you know, forcing artists to compromise their integrity, you know, being true to themselves, just for the sake of winning over the Academy. They're trying to win an award. Even though himself, he's won 15 Grammys, and has been nominated 44 times. So, you know, they recognize him, but you know, he thinks, you know, he's not going to go back to that ever. And
here's my question: do you think it's because Eminem's music is very much against the grain, that it's very, I won't say rebellious, but it's very, it's not as commercially easy to play his music radio wise, that you think that people might be judging him on that.
Maybe. I think when Eminem first came out, I think he was very controversial.
Right.
Especially what he was, his music was about, the lyrics. But it's almost like there's no denying the fact that he's very talented in what he's doing.
Without a doubt.
And I think that's why he could do the things he did, because he could back it up with talent.
No, without a doubt. Like,
so, no, I mean, that's why he could do that. But I think now, he's an older gentleman. It's not as controversial anymore, because I think there's so many other artists that, they don't do what he does, but they mimic or have been influenced by him in some way. And it's almost become like the norm to an extent.
Yeah, very much. I agree with you on that. Tyler, the Creator, is another person who is very much against the grain, and he's credited like Eminem as one of his biggest influences. And for me, listening to Eminem, I remember I used to have the 8 Mile soundtrack, the Eminem Show, I think Encore, I think the Slim Shady LP. I loved his music, and for me, I've always enjoyed penmanship and lyrics. So one of the main songs that definitely maybe became a fan of Eminem was Stan, because the storytelling, it had me gripped to my seat listening to it. And it was such obviously is a kind of a dark song, but it was it was like a conversation that he was putting to the forefront that I think some people were not ready to acknowledge. And I think I love that. I love that in an artist where they're like, I'm gonna go against the grain, and I'm gonna do it very well. And then I'm gonna also make that I'm gonna influence other people to do the same. And I think you're right that Eminem in the past has made artists today become comfortable being rebellious or going against the grain.
Yeah, definitely, without a doubt.
Yeah.
And we have Pearl Jam, where they had that, famous 96 acceptance speech for best hard rock performance, where Eddie, the frontman, said, I don't know what this means. I don't think it means anything. So just kind of basically saying this is worth nothing. Like this absolutely means absolutely nothing.
Right.
Which, that was something. That was pretty rebellious at the time to just say that in front of the audience on national TV. Incredible.
That takes courage.
And, Metallica was citing, saying that like the Academy's disconnect from rock and roll and metal music. And they got upset after losing to Jethro Tull in '89. But I mean, I'm not a Metallica fan at all. But
really?
No. I like some of their songs.
Yeah,
and,
I hear you.
No hate. I like some of the songs. I guess I'm not a fan of Lars, the drummer.
You know what? You're not the first person to say that to me, and I can't disagree with you. I give you that. I give you that. So I get you.
So I think the Grammys have certainly faced a lot of pushback, a lot of negative criticism, but regardless, it's still here. People still watch it. It's still a big thing that people talk about. Here we are recording a podcast about it. So, I mean, it's certainly still popular and still relevant.
Yeah.
But not enough where we knew when the next Grammys were going to be, even though it's happening tomorrow. We didn't even know that. So
no. I genuinely thought it was like later this year, like around November or something. I do not know why that was in my head. Man. It was right there. I could have just Googled it, but I was like, it's in November. So I was like, you know what? Screw it, But now I'm like, I feel like a dunce.
It's fine. It's fine.
Oh man.
Here at Musics, we're really on top of our
Yeah, 100%. 5 stars.
Let's talk about our last segment here. Why do the Grammys still matter? Because they do. I think they do in a sense.
Okay.
Still matter. Whether it's winning a Grammy can, elevate an artist in their legacy, and have careers maybe change overnight, whether for good or bad. So, it still matters. It still affects people. It's still relevant, and many artists still strive for that goal of getting a Grammy.
Right.
I think. So I think that's one way, that it still matters, but any moments that you can think about that kind of...
So this one is, I'm a little biased, and this is a recent one. Kendrick Lamar's sweeping of the Grammys. Was it 2 years ago or last year? I think it was 2.
2 years ago, yeah.
It feels like 2 years ago.
Last year?
I think it was last year. I think it was last year. The amount of, for me, it was, I've always had, that one was like very important to me in recent memory, mainly because musically, I think Kendrick Lamar's music is very, very, very diverse. I think people have certain perceptions of him, and I think for me, in recent memory, he's an artist that I've listened to, and I mentioned before, like he stays true to himself, and he didn't try to be this like I need to be in forefront. He's like, no, I'm not sacrificing my artistry for anyone. And there was an album that came out a few years ago. I think it was Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, the song Count Me Out, which I mentioned before, which is literally a song about, imagine he was in therapy and he's talking to the therapist about all of his insecurities, his downfalls. It's very vulnerable. And he's, and I love that because people have this perception that when you're an artist or a pop artist, you're supposed to be Mr. Cool or Mrs. Cool, and you have to be like completely, unfazed. And he's like, no, he's like, I have issues. I have anxiety. I have problems. And at the same time, he turned that song into like I was able to connect to it. So, and then with a recent album, I think it was GNX. It was such a complete project. And I know that some people have some bias based on the beef between him and Drake. But as an artist, I'm just glad that he got recognized. And I think he is a talent that I think everyone should just take the time to listen to. Mm-hmm. And I think you'll be very amazed how much like the songs just resonate with like the average day person. So, yeah.
It's very true.
Anything in recent memories for Grammys for you? Moments?
No, I mean, we kind of talked about it before, but I think Billie Eilish sweeping, the 4 major categories, being 18 years old. I mean, that's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
And again, I think this goes back to, for her, this was probably a big moment because in her career, being so young, it's like you just did something nobody else has done except one other person. Right. You're going to get recognition for that. You're going to get seen for that.
Right.
And I think in a way that definitely helped launch her career for her.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, you can't deny that the Grammys can definitely help or destroy an artist, because there is the flip side to that. But it definitely still has weight, I think, in the industry. Maybe not as strong of a control of it anymore. I don't think it controls the culture of the music industry as much anymore. but it still is definitely, it's like a snapshot of kind of like what's happening in the industry. These are some of the big names, and this is what's happening. So in that regard, I think it's still really important. And I think that's what makes the Grammys still relevant and why I think so many people still care about it.
Right.
It's just like a big show of like, here's what's going on in the music industry. And kind of catches everyone up on that.
I agree with you on that. You're right. Like it may not hold the power and the weight that it used to in terms of the culture of music, but I think it still plays a vital role, whether we like it or not, in terms of documenting history musically for that year. And for artists to be recognized, some obviously will not be mentioned and they fall through the cracks. But I think it doesn't take away their impact, but I think it's that it does do a good job of trying to document what people's listening to this year. These are the artists, these are the bands, these are the albums, these are the tracks, and it tries to make the albums like of certain artists be recognized, and I think it's great that their peers also recognize them. So I agree with you on that. Yeah.
So, I think this is a great episode, and I look forward to watching it tomorrow. And
oh yeah, I'm
having
game.
some notes on that, and making part 2 of this. We'll see who wins it this year.
Yeah. All right, let's go. I'm game.
That's wild.
I know. I'm never. This is live, people. This is not fake. This is not any type of acting. I am genuinely shocked.
It's incredible. It's really like we planned it. We really didn't. We have no idea.
Yeah, just luck. That's music musings. There we go.
There we go. All right. Well, thank you for joining us on this journey, and stay tuned for the next episode.
Yep. Take care.
Thank you for listening to today's podcast. If you have an idea for an intro or an outro that we could play on our show, please send to musicmusingspodcast@gmail.com.
If you have any questions, comments, or ideas, please email us at musicmusingspodcast@gmail.com.